back to another Solano Community College student podcast. Today we're going to be talking about what we learned from our group communications class over this past semester. Today I'm joined with Elijah Moore, Destiny Ribeiro, and Alyssa Tinsley, and I'm Andrew Gondry. And first off, I just want to throw it out to you guys, see what you guys have to say off the top of your head. What would you learn? What are you taking from this class that's going to stick with you?
I definitely got a lot more confidence taking this class. I've been in theater, I've done a lot of theater productions, but being in front of a camera and being on stage, it's totally different.
Yeah.
Plus, I'm playing a role when I'm in theater, I'm somebody else, but here I'm just myself, which is more uncomfortable, and it's something that I have to, get used to, but
Right.
I've learned, I'm getting used to it. I'm getting better at it, which I'm so glad about.
That's a good point, actually.
Yeah.
Because I guess, would you say in theater you have to put on a mask in a way?
Yeah.
And so it's kind of, you can kind of hide behind that because it's not really you.
Yeah, exactly.
But here, not only are you in front of a camera, but for us, we all just came together as strangers and
Yeah, exactly.
managed to work well together, just being ourselves,
We were able to click very well.
Yeah.
Yes. I'd say all of our personalities flowed very well. We were just able to like I said, click was a good word, just to be able to come together and boom, let's study this day. Boom, let's go over this for the podcast. And then boom, let's all come together and actually work together.
Right.
Yeah, I'll go with confidence too. Because growing up, we always had to do speeches in church and stuff like that, or even just talking at work. And sometimes I'll feel super nervous to where I start to talk super fast. And my mama, she'll literally call me Nicki Minaj because I'm like, I'm just trying to hurry up and get it done.
Yeah.
But I can even reflect back on our introduction speech that we had to do for the class, and we had to just talk about ourselves for 5 minutes. And even within that speech, I know I was talking super fast because it was just out of nerves. But within this class, I learned so much to maintain my nerves, keep them calm. And it's okay to take your time to speak. It's okay to let your audience hear how you speak and all. But I don't know, I think another thing was my yummy. That's what Professor Pop called it. So it was just turning that off, because I know sometimes when I do speak, that it's just running in my mind. And I'm just bro, turn off. But it's I'm just trying to beat everything that I want to say first before my mind can say it, if that makes sense. So it's kind of thinking before you speak, or speaking before you, thinking before you speak. It's type of thing. That, and also active listening. I listen, but sometimes somebody's talking, you may want to cut them off because
Or you listen.
Yeah. So it's for me, working in customer service, at Social Security, and then also even at Starbucks, I hear people's complaints all the time, and I'm just bro, that you got nothing to do right now. Just walk away. But it's oh, my frappuccino. Okay, I'll remake it for you. Or even I learned how to deal with my frustrations here. Working in a group, you deal with different emotions and different personalities and stuff like that. But like you guys all said, we did click. I think we meshed. I feel we really became one. And I don't really see you guys, like I said plenty of times, I don't see you guys as just classmates or anything like that. I really do see friendship, or outside of that, I don't really consider people friends. I consider people family. And so you guys are family in your own way in my heart. So it's me being 26, y'all so young. It's so super young. And it's
Okay, mom.
Okay, I ain't your mama now. That's some teenage pregnancy. But it's
Auntie.
Yeah, auntie, I'll be auntie. Yo, god sister or something. But no, I don't know. I just really enjoyed each and every one of y'all, all y'all personalities, and just the laughs that we had, different things that we talked about, practicing, and just even y'all being off topic. Him talking about it's matcha. I'm at work, it's matcha. So it's so many different things that I can just reflect back on and just say, I really love you guys so much, and I'm about to cry. Because, but it's happy tears though, not really. But I really love you.
Yeah. I was going to say, thanks for putting up with me.
Oh, yes, because you was headache, man. Headache. I'm joking.
Somehow, I don't know. Because I think usually in groups like this, doing classwork, it's always so serious. And so there isn't really room for that to kind of just joke around a little bit. Well, it wasn't a little bit for me.
A lot of it.
The whole
It was days,
Most of the time.
months.
But I realized, like, you know, sometimes people are just like, hey, let's get this work done.
Mhm.
You know, we got to lock in, you know.
Yeah.
But I really like how the environment wasn't always like that, you know. There was still room for that friendship, like you were saying, you know. Like, there is that gap between friends and classmates where, like, you break that barrier of, you know, being comfortable enough to be yourself and not kind of, like,
It was a good
keep
balance.
yourself professional.
Yeah, very good balance.
Like, we didn't feel stuck to just be like, we have to get this done. Like, we did have those moments, but then at the same time, we still had a balance, like you said, to say, like, okay, we can have fun playtime and then we can, like, actually get our stuff done. Plenty of times, all of our podcasts, I feel like we knocked them out of the park because it's just how authentic and genuine we are as a group and just as individuals. So we got to shine our light in different aspects in different areas. So it's like, I feel like you got a lot of good practice out of this too, with like your up and coming career future that you want to have, with you wanted to be behind the films and producing and all that. You got everything within theater, so you learned more confidence with speaking. You within your personal life and whatever endeavors you may want to have. And even like me personally too, but it's like we all went through different things while this class is still in session, and we were all there for each other. So that's one thing I really did appreciate too. So it was like, I'm not really want to open up and tell people everything. I'm like a closed book. But with you guys, I felt so like open, like I can say whatever I wanted to say.
Me too, actually.
And even like a joke around, like I have a whole bunch of Madeleines in my purse right now because I thought about you and that girl. But even like that, so I don't know, like I'm happy I learned how to let that wall down being here, and just knowing that it's okay to meet other people and feel comfortable to speak to them. And it don't matter if you're in a group or not. Sometimes group settings, like you said, are kind of like,
all too serious.
yeah, I'm like, I don't think I want to laugh with y'all. I think I just want to get my work done and keep on going. But no, with y'all.
Yeah. Especially when you don't know.
Yeah, you don't know each other from a can of paint, from a sidewalk to a curb.
Interesting way of saying it. Yeah, but being in this class was actually like really good for me too. When I heard group communication, I'm like, okay, working in groups, that makes sense. And then it said podcast, I'm like, podcast.
Like, I know what it is, but do I really want to do it?
Huh? Okay, so we're working in a group, but specifically this, I'm like, alrighty then. But no, actually, like being in, like actually doing this with you guys felt really good. To actually like make sure I can just, like talk slower, because I've always, like I said, it's like talking fast to get everything out, like I'm doing right now. But like actually knowing how to like to slow down and to realize that, hey, you're gonna say what you need to say, but you know, quiet down the yummy and just do you. But then, like I said, over the months of being in this throughout the semester, just being able to just talk to you guys and be friends and you're even family at that one. At this point, it's been great. So I'm really just grateful to have taken part in this class and being able to learn from Professor. And
Yeah, I'd say the hardest thing about this class was actually, since we're timed, it's pacing ourselves, you know, and knowing when to move on from a discussion, things like that. That was really difficult for me because in the back of your mind, you're like, okay, I gotta hurry up. When in actuality, you don't really have to hurry all that much.
Yeah, there's kind of like a pressure to just, especially if you're on a podcast kind of thing, to just fill silence with words.
Yeah.
And it's easy to ramble,
Yes.
And
So you nonverbal communication?
what?
You know what? I like the spirit. There you go.
What do I do? Wait,
Sorry.
No, continue.
Anyway, it's easy to ramble.
Yeah.
Am I rambling? Like
No.
No, I thought you were going into nonverbal communication.
No.
I'm sorry. I'm just be quiet.
But it's made me more, I guess, aware
Yeah.
of what's coming out of my mouth, and when to stop and when to just control that flow of words so it doesn't just become nonsense, I guess.
And how to be aware of how other people are saying what they're saying.
Right,
Like even like body language, I'm paying more attention to because we literally did an entire podcast about nonverbal communication.
you can watch that.
Go watch it.
It's on the news.
But yeah. And the tone of my voice, you know, I've had to do that with theater, of course, but it, like I said, in front of a camera, it's more personal. I'm like being myself. I'm not trying to pretend to be anything, so it's more real.
Mm-hmm.
It comes from a more real place, which is very difficult.
Yeah.
But after this class, I'm definitely more confident to do so, to say the least. That's I really appreciate it about this class. It's being able to, because I have social anxiety. I don't know if you knew this. Surprise. And this was very good exposure therapy for me.
Yeah.
You know, this is something I can go to my therapist about. She'd be like, "Oh, hell yeah, good job, girl." But yeah, and
Me
it was
too.
fun too.
With the, you know, nervousness around people,
Mm-hmm.
putting yourself out there.
Mm-hmm.
I feel the same way. It's like exposure therapy.
Mm-hmm.
Especially with that first presentation we did, the collage talk.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It was just, I took one public speaking class, like, I don't even remember how long ago. It was like
2 years ago.
yeah, it feels like forever. And I pretty much forgot everything that I might have learned from it. I don't even know
No,
if I
for real.
remember
Yeah,
anything.
the intro to communication.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't remember none of
But
that
I feel
stuff.
like doing that collage talk and just jumping into it instead of being afraid of it,
Mhm.
it allowed me to learn how to just accept things and just do it instead of being afraid of it. Because when you're afraid of it and you're trying to run away from it, it just makes it worse.
I think what made it easier is that there was a lot of flexibility
Hmm.
in that presentation, because like in intro to communications, it was very strict the way you had to present things. There was like certain rules you had to follow, but with this, he was just like, okay, just talk about yourself and
Yeah.
do it however you want, be as creative as you want. And I literally brought in like fake potions.
That was good. I like
Yeah.
that.
No, it's okay.
That was fun.
But I think that same kind of mentality bled over into the podcast. Because, yeah, like you, I was looking at the modules on Canvas, like a podcast, what is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But, you know, once I did that collage talk, I was like, okay, I know how to just kind of go with the momentum
Mhm.
instead of pushing back against it. And it's like, I can see how doing that helps
Mhm.
with how successful we've been on our podcast and how I've been a moderator too for
Yes.
most of them.
Yeah,
You've been
and
great.
you've been like an awesome,
Moderator.
both of you guys being moderators. You guys
Mhm.
did really, really good jobs. Because a moderator is like, I feel like that's a tough job to have. Like anybody feel like they can be one, but to actually like sit there and control the conversation and work through
Yeah.
the segments, the segues, like all that different stuff, and just control the conversation. I feel like that's a lot, but you guys held it with grace, and y'all did super
Oh, girl.
amazing.
I did it once, and I'm like, I'm never doing that again.
But even that one time you did it really good though. And then the 3 times that you've done it, like you've done super good. Like I'm really, really proud
Thank
of you. Like I honestly am proud of you.
It's like you've done this forever.
Yeah, it's like you already walked in here
Yeah.
knowing what you was doing.
Yeah.
Like I'm like I don't only watch like 2 podcasts. Like it's Joe Budden's podcast, and then it's another one. And then even with his podcast, like I was trying to make it seem like his podcast was ours in a way, and I'm like, no, we're all
No.
we're all our own different persons. Like we're gonna do however we do, and I'm like everybody's personality is different. So I really do appreciate that. Like y'all stayed the same person. Y'all never switched up or anything like that. So I like that.
Oh yeah, it was definitely consistent.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I didn't have to go in there and be like, okay, is this person gonna act like this today? Is this
Yeah.
person gonna act like this today?
Yeah, like we didn't have to walk on eggshells with each other
Yeah.
at all. And then, yeah, I do enjoy that. I'm happy that we can just like flow in and just be like, hey guys, it's matcha.
Yeah.
It's like, like TikTok little.
Tangents.
Yeah, they was on TikTok
You
tangents
was on
all the
TikTok
time.
too, so
And
what
I,
you talking
no, that was y'all. Y'all was on TikTok. I was
Okay,
always
but
eating.
Who's watching TikToks while we're trying to run through the podcast on the
When?
practice runs?
When?
Today?
That was
Like-
an Instagram audio, first off, and that was for my lash tech, okay? Do you not see how my lashes look right now? Don't play. And don't zoom
This
in
is
either.
bad. I'm getting flamed on camera. This is awful.
but even that, like, we got to.
Yeah, I think all of us learned a lot about being considerate of each other as a group too, because we kind of had that laid out for us in the beginning when he had us do the exercise of like what we expect from a group, and so we all kind of had that mindset of just not being that person who makes the group suck for everybody else.
Yes.
You know?
Plus, we know this is really hard to do anyway, but we were able to build ourselves up instead of bringing each other down,
Yeah.
And I could critique and nitpick everything you do, but I don't like doing that.
Right.
Instead, I'm just like, oh my God, good job, guys. We're doing good. Let's keep going. Keep up the good work.
And that's what we did.
Yeah.
And look where we are now.
Look
Like,
at
I'm not
us.
gonna speak for you, but no, but I'm not gonna speak for you. But like, it was the day that we were all practicing one day, and then Elijah was like, I really had like a bad weekend, and I'm coming here, you guys just made it the best. Like, he was just laughing his butt off. Like, I was like, bro, but it was good to see him laugh. Like, I don't really remember like exactly what he went through that weekend, like for him to have a bad weekend, but like just for us to uplift his spirits, like I feel like that was the best thing ever. You were breaking up with your girlfriend. I remember that. But I feel like we were always there to support one another. Okay.
What?
But even then, it's like we were there to help one another out. Like, we were able to put a pause to our assignment to just make sure that Elijah was okay. Because it's like, we can't have a group if one of our people is down. Like, that doesn't make any sense. It's like the saying, there's no I in team, basically. And then I always laugh because I thought about like our first podcast, and Andrew tried to come for me. Girl, he told me that I talk a lot. I know I talk a lot. But anyway. So like, I just laugh at that. And I don't know, it's just like, you guys give me so many fun memories.
Yeah.
I love you guys.
This is definitely something I'm going to remember fondly.
Yeah.
It's not going to be one class where I'm like, I wish I didn't take that class.
This has always been a class I'm like, I'm so happy I took it, because besides like our teacher being super awesome, like he's always made me laugh, but he's just an amazing person. But you guys been amazing people too in my life, so I really appreciate you guys. I'm trying so hard not to cry right now.
It's okay to get emotional.
I know.
Yeah, being in this class was just, like I said, again, incredible. And like I said, we'll take this information into the future as well. Like, after learning everything from this class, we will still hold on to it. And, whatever work or whatever thing we decide to do, it will involve groups or talking to people or working together with somebody. And that's okay, because we've learned that with together, and we'll apply that to any other situation we get into through our lives. And that's...
Yeah,
I
like
think
the
that's
fact that we had to take in for like when we did the wildfire podcast, and we had to learn a lot of facts that were not easy to remember.
I don't know.
Who idea?
But we were still able to do it. I mainly learned how to get very like reliable information
Yes.
instead of just like going on Google.
Yeah, like we actually learned how to look up sources and stuff like that, and because anything happens, like you start sneezing, you like Google, and then Google like, you got cancer. No, like you actually you're able to like learn outside of Google, because like back in the day, like what they had encyclopedias and stuff like that, they had to go look in the
libraries and
that like we have one, but we don't really
we don't
use
let's
those.
go to the library and open a book and try to find one.
Yeah, exactly. Like we just want to go on Google or TikTok or Instagram and try to search up like the reason or whatever it may be. But that topic was a lot, but I appreciate it because I did learn more about wildfires than what I ever thought. I just thought wildfires were just something that, it was something that just happened in California or not. But just to see that it happens outside of California too, I feel like that was my ignorance because I just based it on California, and then I didn't really feel like, oh, this is not going to really affect me, but in all actuality it does, and you never know when it actually can. So I learned more from it too. So I do appreciate you for even bringing up that topic, because I was like, girl, we can just talk about homelessness, but no. So thank you for that.
It was a great topic. It was a good podcast.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up too with the research, because I mean it's so easy to just resort to Wikipedia
That's
or
not even
something
real.
like that. Yeah.
I mean,
We
it's
can-
not wrong.
But you can edit it, so it's
Some
not
people
real.
do, and
Yeah.
then they just don't know that. But we're better than that.
We're better.
Because of Professor Bob.
Yeah, he don't play them games. I feel like
No hyperbole.
if you know, for real, because I still got that 0 out of 20, sir. I need you to change that. But yeah, no.
Yeah, it showed me like the process of finding actual sources,
Mm-hmm.
ones that are real.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's
And
credible.
that, yeah, you can cite and actually make sense, you know.
And plus the overall process of planning a podcast,
Mm-hmm.
we go through what we want to talk about, the order we want to talk about them in, the time frame. That was a lot of planning
Yeah.
that I was able to. I was glad that we were all very cooperative during that, because that is difficult in and of itself. So
Yeah.
having people that I didn't agree with would only have made it more difficult.
Right.
Yeah, we never really had any actual conflicts or anything either
Mm-mm.
to resolve.
Yeah.
And I think that's
'Cause
like
we
the best
respected each
form
other.
of conflict management, is being able to not have conflict at all, being able to avoid it completely. And we did that really well, I think.
Great job, Olivia.
Thank you. You're never gonna. I'm never gonna let that go.
Let that down.
But no, it was a really, really great class. And I feel like we can take a lot from it. Just within the few months that we've been here, 14, 16 weeks. It doesn't seem like it. It seems like it was longer than that. But in all honesty, I wouldn't trade this for the world. I wouldn't trade this group for the world. Like, honestly, he gave us the option to move around and choose. Not doing it.
No.
I'm cool. I love y'all too much to change. But I just feel like I can get along with any and everybody. But I just feel like my chemistry with each of y'all was just something I will always want to cherish and hold. So I really do love y'all. I do appreciate you.
And it's the type of chemistry that you can strive for in the future when you meet other people.
Exactly. That's
Because
what I
I'm
keep
gonna meet
thinking
another
about.
Andrew, but it's not gonna be this Andrew. I'm gonna meet
Yeah.
another Destiny, but it's not gonna be Olivia. I'm gonna meet another Elijah, but it's not gonna be that Elijah. So it's like, even in work settings and all that, you're gonna have to deal with group communication in some way. So I
Yeah.
feel like we learned that from one another too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
For sure.
I think now I feel more confident going into situations where I don't know anybody. And just, it made me realize, you know, it is possible to create friendships and bonds, you know, out of nothing.
Yeah.
And that's really valuable to me.
Oh yeah.
Confidence is key for all of us, I think I have to say. Like,
You're
all of us have just grown to be better communicators and better listeners, better speakers, better everything from this class. I think that's
Better
Plus, like-
people.
that is that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Plus, like, we live in such a technological dependent world where you could say most of our communication is just online. And so this class was a good opportunity to get out there and actually talk to people face to face. Yeah. Like, I can see you guys.
Right.
How great is that?
That's a good point too.
Yeah.
And not locked behind a Discord call or a Zoom call or whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever you used to call people through online meetings.
Mm-hmm.
So,
You know, because, I mean, the whole world isn't through text message. You know, you're going to have to talk to people face to face, whether it be like a job interview, working somewhere, you know. You can't just rely on.
But remember, like, when we had
Technology.
not to cut you off, but remember, like, when we had class sessions and then, like, we would all sit in here and we would all just be super quiet. And the professor would be like, I hear no talking.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
how's
so
this group
true.
communication? And so, I don't know. I feel like I learned more from that too, because, you know, we can go to a restaurant, we can go wherever. And like you just said, like, it's so technology, like, we'll just be on our phones.
Pulls out
However,
phones.
yeah, however it be. So now it's like I've learned to try to put my phone up or try not to be so dependent on my phone and technology, and like actually like go back in the day and like have that conversation with somebody. I learned, like, I went back to start writing letters, like handwritten letters instead of me typing
That's
it,
cool.
just to, like, you know, see if I still had it, because it's so easy for you to type on a computer. Oh, I spelled this word wrong. Like, okay, spell check. But now it's like I can actually write it out. Did I put a comma here? No. Let me like go back and see. So I learned a lot from that just within this class too. So like playing secretary, getting prepared for all of our podcasts and stuff like
Yeah.
that. And they're making fun of me because I keep ripping the pages like, no, it's not neat. But yeah, I learned a lot from all of that. And it's a cool setting to have. So I do recommend this class for anybody, especially people who are like, so I wouldn't say afraid, but people who are so
Reserved.
reserved or
Yeah.
stuck in their old ways, and they don't want to like progress and be that caterpillar turn into the butterfly, and if you want to use that. But I feel like this class is this class will help you build that momentum to where you want to be more and just see like there's more to life than just Instagram or TikTok
Yeah.
or working and all that. Because like just being around y'all, I saw it was more to life than just working. Me working 2 full-time jobs all the time, that's all I do is just wake up, go to work, and that's about
Yeah.
it. So like with y'all, I got to see I can really laugh. I got to let my hair down. So hang out with friends, go do more. Like you learn so much just by hanging out with other people. So this class taught a lot. So I do recommend this class to any and everybody. If they ask, take this class.
Definitely.
Take it if you're a communication studies major.
You don't even have to do communications. Like just take
Yeah,
it. If
or
they
just
offer
take
it,
it.
like let this be a class that you just get an extra credit in. Like I'd rather you do that, and so you can learn so much more about everything. But
Yeah, you get so much out of this class.
Mhm.
I'm a communications major, and I chose to take this class because of my major, but I feel like if I was doing another major, I would still want to take this class.
Yeah.
like you're taking film, right? You're majoring in film, yeah. And it's like he still took this class, so I feel like, well, I can't really speak for you, but I do feel
Well,
like personally
yeah.
that you learn more.
I took it because I understood the applications it could have
Mm-hmm.
in the field that I want to go into. But I mean, it's clear that it's not just applicable to work.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like life experience.
Life in
you
general.
know?
Mhm.
Yep.
So yeah,
Way
I
more
think
good.
it's just trial by fire, I guess, for people who think that they can't talk to people. Because if you just do it and go through it, it will help you,
In the long run.
just
Yeah.
revert back to like, being naturally able to hold a conversation with somebody,
Yeah, that's the only way you can learn is
Mhm.
by actually doing
Doing
it.
it.
Yeah. And it's better in here too because everybody's in the same boat.
Yes.
Mhm.
You're not alone.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, Michael Jackson, we know. Wrap this up.
I want to go back to what she said about the fact that when we first started this class and everyone was together just not saying anything. I feel like if we all got together again, like now, we would be talking to each other.
Yeah.
I feel like
I
that's...
have so much to say.
Yeah.
But it's just like you move into a different state or you move into a whole different school. You walk into that school not knowing nobody. Like, so like the first thing you do is, okay, I gotta be silent. I be quiet until somebody approaches me because you're not gonna approach nobody else. So that's kind of, that was another thing. Like for me personally, like I tend to go to people who I'm comfortable with, if that makes sense. And not even to make it a race thing, but I'm comfortable with my people. So like when I first came here, I was like, oh, I don't really see me here. But then I saw like people like Ernaya or people like Cam, and I was like, okay, like I know I'm about to get close with them. And then automatically we clicked. First day, changing numbers, exchanging Instagrams, like all that type of stuff. And like even with them, I built a circle. Like we weren't in any groups, but like we had moments where we could talk with each other and stuff like that. But then now it's like I've learned to break out of that and just stop feeling like I have to be around people that look like me. And I'm definitely not trying to make it a race thing, but I'm just saying like that was my comfort zone. And now it's like I feel like I can be comfortable with any and everybody. But
That's big.
like I'm definitely, please don't think I'm racist, I'm not.
Oh,
But that was
no.
just like my comfort zone.
I
in a
totally
way.
get it. Like I'm more comfortable with female partners than male partners because most of my family is female. So that's just what I'm comfortable around. So working with the opposite sex, I still have to get used to, It's kind of like that.
Yeah, because like we be PMSing, TMI, and all that, and I'm like, so like it was plenty of times while we was studying and practicing, and they was over there on phone, and I like I just
having a good time.
yeah, and I'm over here dying inside. Like no, I don't hear that. But
My apologies.
no, it's okay, you're fine. But no, like even that, like I just. Because I grew up with 3 older brothers. I have no sisters at all. So, like, I looked at you as a sister. Not, like, as a sister. And then, like, for them, they're, like, little brothers. I only have older brothers. So I just looked at them like, oh, my gosh. Mom! Like Candace and Phineas and Ferb. Like, Mom! Like, that's how I looked at it. But, yeah.
Sing matcha again.
Yeah, really? Oh, my God. For matcha. I hate working at Starbucks now because I was matcha. I'm like, Andrew, oh my God. But,
You get flashbacks.
yeah, literally, it's matcha. It's matcha. Oh my God. Let me try this matcha. You want a Madeline? You want a granola bar?
I love that.
I got dry expo markers. Boy, go.
Expo markers.
But, yeah.
Also, it's made me super aware of saying like a lot.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my
And I'm
God.
never gonna forget that either.
Oh, and, yeah.
Yeah.
As we meditate,
Like,
But-
those are the 2 big words.
Yeah.
I feel like everyone says it, so it's just natural when we're
Yeah.
kind of speaking like,
You just said like.
see?
That's
what you
crazy.
said.
Get that out of your vocabulary.
Or, no, I don't think so.
I didn't know they were called filler words, but now,
Oh, yeah, see, now you know.
yeah,
The more you know.
that was another thing I learned.
Now you know.
Knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
If
Knowledge
you
is
take this
power,
class, you'll learn that too.
bro.
Yeah, I think.
Is there anything else you guys want to
No.
discuss about?
No, we love you, Professor Poff. Thank
Yes,
you for
well,
everything.
Professor.
Yeah, this is a great class.
Yeah.
Awesome experience.
Yeah.
I'm
You
really
deserve-
glad about you guys.
You
too.
deserve everything in life. Even though, you know.
Are we allowed to talk to him?
I don't know, I'm talking to him.
Alright,
Professor, I love you. Thank you.
Is this breaking the fourth wall?
Subscribe to the YouTube channel.
Alright.
We're rambling.
We're breaking the 4th wall.
This has been another Solano Community College student podcast. We discussed what we learned from our communications class, our group communication class, what we learned, what we've taken away from it, the values that we've gotten from it. This has been Elijah Moore, Andrew Gondry, Alyssa Tinsley, and Destiny Rivera.
Signing off.
Hope you enjoyed. Bye.
Bye.
Toodles.
If you are interested in a career in sports broadcasting, whether you're commentating a live game
or hosting your own TV show,
For more information, contact Greg Poff. That's me at solano.edu.
we hope to see you here next semester. And remember,
It's more than just sports. It's an education.